I'm learning to give birth today. We are here at Hegen Lactation Center. So let's go in and meet my midwife who is going to take me through a course on childbirth because I don't know how to give birth. I know I've been pregnant for 5 years, but I don't know how to give birth. This is Ruth. She is a midwife. What a midwife is, I have absolutely no idea.
A midwife is a trained professional. It's like a nurse, but they specialise in obstetrics. To practice medically and to deliver the baby, you have to be a registered midwife, you know, for insurance purposes and for safety purposes.
What is the difference between a midwife and a doula? Like, is there even a difference?
Midwives, as I mentioned, take on the responsibility of the care. They're the ones that are checking on the health of you and your baby medically. So we're, you know, checking your blood pressure, checking for any signs of things going wrong and checking your baby's heart rate. So we take on that responsibility and we have to manage your medical care. A doula is not there to manage medical care. They're there to give you support.
So, what kind of support? Isn't the husband supposed to be supporting me?
Because she's experienced with supporting women in labour, she can read your body language. They can give you a different depth of support than your husband can.
So, having said all of that, shall we get started?
Yes, we will.
Okay, let's go learn how to give birth. Pushing the baby out of my hoo-ha.
Are you doing any exercise classes at all, like pregnancy related?
No, I'm not.
You're not.
So on a day-to-day basis, not really day-to-day basis, but frequently, I do a lot of squats and I do a lot of lunges.
Okay, great.
I do a lot of hip openers and a lot of stretching. But because I don't really have access to a yoga ball, because I mean, it takes up quite a lot of space.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't really get to do hip circles. I don't really get to sit to work out. Usually I'm on my feet.
Yeah.
But I can like squat really, really low and I can just stand up really, really high. Oh, you did not just hear that. Did the camera pick that up? Maybe it's just because I'm old.
Squats are great, and because you're used to doing squats, like using the ball as a support is okay for you. If they're not used to doing squats, it's better actually to use like a back of a chair or something like that to support themselves with it. So you've been practicing some neo lunge.
So I do like, I just do like this.
Oh, okay.
Just to stretch it out.
Yeah, with the ball, it gives you a bit of support. You've got the ball to support you and you can move it forward. If you are used to doing lunges like that, that is fine. You can go ahead and do it. And if you're feeling your body is still strong and you're not getting any pain from doing it, then keep doing it how you've been taught to do it and how you've been doing it.
If I do not have a yoga ball at home, because I'm sure a lot of people watching this are going to say, I don't have a yoga ball, do I have to buy a yoga ball? Are there alternatives that we can do for like the hip circles and the side stretches without the yoga ball?
Yeah, you can. Side stretches are actually really easy just to do on a chair. So in the final trimester, your ribs are expanding, and you just need a bit of a stretch sometimes to help with that pain. So you can either do it like standing, or if you want to, just to have a little stretch out in the morning, is to get to the edge of the bed, so your bottom's like just on the edge, and then do your side stretch like that.
Because I think everyone's biggest concern when it comes to stretches and exercises, is it safe? Is it going to hurt the baby? Is it going to hurt the mom? Are you going to fall down? And things like that.
So I think the things to remember with exercising is you want to make sure you're well balanced. So if it's something that's new to you and you're not steady, you need to make sure you have support, or you don't want to challenge yourself too much in a new way during pregnancy that you're going to become unstable and risk falling. The general advice is if you've been doing it before pregnancy, you can carry on to a certain extent in pregnancy. If you've not done any exercise pre-pregnancy, you can still take up some form of exercise, but just make sure it's gentle. So like walking, gentle swimming, gentle stretches. No major cardiac exercises, no major weights exercises. You're trying to just maintain your body health and maintain activity in your body.
Is there an alternative for hip circles?
You can use like a work surface or a chair in front of you. Your feet are hip width apart.
Okay.
And then you just like moving your hips around in a circle.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah, it's just...
Is it too wide? Is my circle too wide? Am I supposed to isolate my hips?
If you've got any pelvic pain at all here at the front, then you don't want to keep like extend your hips too much or your legs open too wide. So you might need to bring your legs in slightly more.
So basically keeping your feet together gives a little bit more of a direct support towards the pelvic area.
Yeah.
Science. Can I just sit on the ball for the rest of the
go.
session? So I'm just gonna be here and you can continue.
Okay.
And I'm just
You
gonna
feel
like
comfy on it? If
Oh!
you need your support,
I love this!
most important homework, I think, from my session, try and do your Kegel exercises. It's to try and support your body and also to help the healing process after the birth.
When my husband speaks to me and he knows I'm totally not responding, he was like, are you doing Kegel exercises? I'm like, shh. Okay, I have a question. Should men do Kegel exercises?
Yes, they should. Kegel exercises can really help in their control of the urine as well as their sexual function. So, so in men,
we're gonna try position number 4 because apparently it feels different. Because you need the core strength.
you try and engage the lower abdominal muscles
to
as well.
hold your body up as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell that I'm exercising?
This is the beauty of your Kegel muscle exercises. It shouldn't be too visible to the public. Okay,
so you can be on the MRT, you can be on a train, you can be on the bus, you can be on a Grab, you can just sit there and start doing this.
Exactly.
Can you tell that I'm exercising? I bet you can't. I'm exercising, I'm working them Kegel. So we are going to do something called Organised Breath, which is essentially reminding yourself to breathe when you are going through labor pains.
In through your nose for 4 seconds.
For 4 seconds.
And then out through your mouth. Varies for different women, but between 8 to 6 seconds.
Okay.
So in through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then out through your mouth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's different when I'm counting it to when you're going to do it at home probably, because you need to get a good feel of what is a nice in and out breath for you, but it's around 4 seconds in breath, 6 to 8 out breath. And you want to practice it in a block of floor so that you can get through the peak of the contraction. So you want to practice it so that
So it's like muscle memory.
Muscle memory, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's best to try and practice it once a day at least. Get the muscle memory for it. And when you go into labour, it's not a shock to your system, you're not panicking, your body knows how to breathe in that block of 4 already. And the transition breath is hee-hee-hoo.
This is the hee-hee-hoo, if you know what we're talking about. Hee-hee-hoo, hee-hee-hoo.
Transition is a point in labour where you're going from cervix almost disappearing, so it's there might just be a small amount of the cervix left, and it can be a stage where you have this urge to push. So if you are what we call involuntary pushing, then that is when we would ask you to breathe through a few of the contractions to get to the point where you're ready to push without causing the swelling on the cervix.
So this is in a way a technique to use to prevent you from prematurely pushing.
Yes.
Okay, because you might hurt yourself.
Yes. And then the other time it's really important is during the crowning stage. I'm going to get out my little models.
Oh my God, baby!
Here's my baby, here's my pelvis. And the baby has eventually got to a point where the largest diameters have got through that space, and the baby's head then doesn't have so much that's holding it back. So we can normally see a lot of the baby's head at this point. So there's normally only 1 or 2 contractions then before the birth of the baby's head. But what we want to do is to slow down the stretching of the perineum. And we want the movement to be as slow as possible. Your contractions will do the rest of the movement of the baby for you. So you don't have to push at all. Just very, very slowly then, it will come out, and this area will stretch a lot more gently until the baby's head is fully out. Once the shoulders are out, the pelvis, it will slip out very quickly and then can be popped onto your chest. So, just to ease that last bit of the birthing process, you need to pant.
This is probably what I'm mainly here for. This is the what to do when you are in labor. They say that when you're in labor, you're not supposed to just sit down and move in pain. But the best thing to do is to move, because you want to make sure that your baby's in the right position to be born.
So the main very easy way you can help your body is by walking. Walking rocks your pelvis, but your hip is going from side to side slightly.
Right.
Okay, you can exaggerate this movement by doing what we call curb walking. So one foot is higher than the other. And by doing this, we are exaggerating the rock of our pelvis.
Do you necessarily have to walk on uneven surfaces, or can you just walk on a flat surface?
You can just walk on a flat surface. An uneven surface exaggerates it, so it might be more effective.
So let's say there's like a little bit of a platform here, and I just do this.
You feel the difference, right? Where you're rocking side to side.
Right. There's like a up-down movement.
Up-down movement.
And your hip has to like go up a little bit.
Yeah, so you're rocking it.
The main point is for the hips to open sideways, right?
It's open, and also for the baby to rock into the space.
So it's like wiggling.
Yeah, so wiggling. You can't physically keep on walking through the contraction because the contraction gets a bit more intense and you have to pause. So one way you can rest is by leaning against a wall. So if you've got a flat surface and your legs are hip width apart or just slightly wider than hip width if it's comfortable, you want to stick your bottom out and lean into the wall.
Oh, this is actually very comfortable.
Yeah. When you're in this position, your partner can help. There's a type of massage we can also give. So is it alright if I demonstrate that massage?
Yes.
And then hopefully your partner can learn this from this.
Husband who's watching this video, pay attention.
Yeah. So partners, you want to make sure your arm and your hand is almost at a right angle, and you're using this base of your hand, almost the wrist area, to give the massage. Where the buttocks start, there should be sacral dimples, like little dimples either side, and you want to place your wrist in that position. Listen to what your partner is saying. You want to give quite a firm press in to that sacrum area. If you want to increase the massage, you can move around in small circular motions like this. Even during their pregnancy, some women have pain around this area. So if you do this massage in the evening, it can just help relax those muscles. But as I say, a lot of women want to move in their labour. So I often find if women are on the ball like this, they'll be rocking backwards and forwards. Right. Or they'll be going side to side.
Because at least you're not stationary.
Yeah. The slow dance position. So this is something for you to try with your husband, but I can demonstrate with you. Okay. So we want to make sure that our legs are significantly apart. Right. And then you want to lean into me, and I need to put my arms under your armpit. Okay, so because I'm smaller than you, you're going to put your...
No, my husband's really tall.
Yeah, so your head is naturally going on my shoulder, which is fine. But if your husband is taller than you, you can move into their chest. It's comforting, but you also get some movement. They're able to support you. So in this position, you can like rock, swing, do hip circles. It's to help your endorphins flow as well. The more your endorphins are flowing, the better your labour will be, the more relaxed you'll be, the smoother your labour will flow.
So while doing all of that, you have to remember to breathe.
Remember to breathe.
That's a lot of things going through your mind when you are in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
When do we get to a point whereby what I would call the sitcom push? You know, in sitcoms where they sit you on the bed, they put your legs up and they tell you to push. When does it get to that stage? Because a lot of people's assumption on pushing, like myself, my assumption of pushing was only when I get to that stage where they have to like prop my leg up and then actively tell me, okay, now push. And then someone's there to receive the baby. That's my idea of pushing.
As soon as your cervix has disappeared and the baby's able to move into the vagina, you're going to start getting the urge to push down. And this pushing can take time, so you're going to be like rocking backwards and forwards. So if you've not got an epidural in and your medical team are very supportive, you may want to try like a squatting position or side lying position or kneeling all fours position to push in. Often you see women's legs in stirrups to bring the legs up. It opens the pelvis more. Or you naturally like hold on to your legs slightly to get that to just kind of help your body expel the baby more, so you're making the most of those urges that you're getting. Yes. Okay.
It's magic!
So this is like your baby is engaged in your pelvis now.
Right.
If your baby's head is fitting nicely on top of your cervix, each time you contract, the baby's head will press down onto the cervix and help the pressure and lifting of the cervix upwards. Okay, so we're squeezing from the top where your labour contractions come from, the fundus, the top of the womb, and it's quite a big, strong squeeze, and then we release. Once your cervix is opened and the baby is able to come through this bit, you still then need to do the pushing stage, which is pushing it out of the vagina. So this bit is where you're having your active labour and your contractions are coming regularly. If you are constantly worrying, you're holding back, and then your pushes are not as effective. And it's the same with your labour. Okay, so if you try and get rid of some of those fears, it actually really helps you.
This is not like a physical exercise, this is like a mental exercise.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Come on, Ashley. There we go!
Yay, you did it!
Yay, I gave birth!
You gave birth.
I'm embarrassing myself. We have come to the end of the lesson after a 4-hour class.
Yeah.
There was a lot of theory and there was a lot of practical exercises as well. Generally, I just want to say thank you, Ruth, for just taking me through this entire thing, because it's like a first time mom. This is completely new to me. I asked her like way too much questions. But, you know, at least I managed to learn something.
Yeah.
So if you guys are looking to learn about childbirth and this is like your first time doing natural birth, or you just want to understand a little bit more before you decide on a birthing method, they have classes here for childbirth. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, watch my latest video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.